Today on the channel, we're going to check out NECA's Ultimate Quint from the 50-year celebration of Jaws. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rich, and today we are going to check out Quint from NECA's 50th anniversary of Jaws, the great movie that we all love so much. It made us rethink about going into that ocean. I still think about sharks every time I jump into the ocean, which is not often, but every once in a while we get down to Florida and get in the water, and it always crosses my mind, and nothing other than because of this movie, Jaws. But let's go ahead. This is going to be Quint. Now, I do not have the Matt Hooper NECA figure yet, but it is on my radar. We'll be getting it. But I absolutely love Jaws. Now, my co-host of the Never Not Horror podcast does not consider Jaws to be a horror movie, but to me, it's inside a whole subgenre of horror, which is animal horror. I mean, I believe this is as much a horror movie as Piranha is, Grizzly, Orca. So many great animal horror movies out there, and this is one. I mean, he's pretty much just a serial killer. This Jaws, this shark is. So that's my thing. You leave a comment. Is Jaws a horror movie, or is it just a action adventure movie? It's horror to me. So, Steve, I think you're wrong out there, but you can check out the Never Not Horror podcast on Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Check it out. Give us a listen. I'm sure eventually we'll get to Jaws. I'm going to push to get Steve to realize that Jaws is, in fact, a horror movie. All right. Okay, I got that spiel out of the way. Let's check out the packaging from this Quint action figure. Going to get my glasses on here. Awesome, awesome picture right here. They could have went with just the poster art, but to do the poster art, you're not going to get this figure on it. So it is a little different. NECA usually uses poster art on their boxes, but so we get the up close picture of Quint. It says Jaws 50th anniversary right there. Like I mentioned, this year we did celebrate 50th anniversary. Ultimate Quint action figure. Now, at the time of filming this episode here, it's mid-late August. So it is outside of my spooky season, which is September 1st, October 31st. But I just couldn't. I didn't want to do this one in spooky season. I don't know why. It's more of a summer horror movie. So that's why I'm doing it now, and I'm just super excited to get it open. Quint is probably my favorite character from Jaws. But yeah, so that's the front of the box. The top, you get to see the shark, Jaws Ultimate action figure, ages 14 and up right there. Warning for choking hazards. This side, there's your poster art right there. Got Jaws coming up looking for the girl. Ultimate action figure. This side is the same thing. Bottom, warnings, copyrights, barcodes, recycling information, this, that, and the other. And it does have the producers of this that work for NECA. I love how they put that on there. It's very good. I don't know of another company that does that, but kind of a shout out to the builders and sculptors and artists of this action figure. And on the back, here we go. We get 4 pictures. We see Jaws Ultimate Quint action figure. Shows a smiling Quint, one with his machete there. He's got the rifle, and then we get Hooper and Quint in the same. That scene right there was iconic scene, and it says inside: harpoon gun, rifle, can, crush can, bat, machete, gloved hands, interchangeable heads, hands, and arms. So that's what we got going on inside. I guess I'll open it up, and here's what you get on the inside. You get a full body of our action figure right there holding his rifle, got his beer can back here in the back, and then you get the figure right there in that nice window box there. So I love how NECA's always done this with their ultimates. You just pop that open, you get a look at it. All right, we will cut this box open. I take all my NECA's out of the bottom. I like to keep my top intact. I don't get doubles of all my NECA's. I do Universal Monsters get doubles, one mint on card, and I put it in a case too. But the other ones, not usually, unless it's absolute banger, one of my favorite of all-time movies, which Jaws, I guess, is. So if I see this guy on sale, I'd probably get a second one. All right, we'll reach in, pull him out. Empty box there. We'll pull that out. So you can pose your figure right here. It's kind of on the docks at the marina there. Looks pretty cool. Not bad. All right, we'll set our box out of the way with our backdrop there. And here is Quint in his plastic coffin. Look at that. He is tied in everywhere. Looks good. All right, we're going to look at the accessories first. Now, the accessories have accessory caps over them. This is another thing I love about NECA. They're not taped in. They have these caps over the top if you're going to have loose, if not tied in, accessories. So very nice. So we'll go ahead and look at these. First accessory we're going to look at is going to be, you know what, I'm going to have to cut this bob. There's a second level of accessories right here. We're going to have to cut this. We'll set this to the side. I guess I can show that as well. Here's his hands and arms so you can get him out of his jacket. All right. Got that out of the way. We'll set that there for right now. Now let's get back to our accessories. First accessory we're going to get is a bat, baseball bat. So he does use this in the film, but bat, Quint. And then we get a beer can. So we get two different beer cans. We get the uncrushed beer can. And then we get the crushed beer can, making up that iconic scene where he crushes that in front of Hooper, and then Hooper crushes his styrofoam cup to show he's just as tough as our captain here. Next, we're going to get the machete. The machete isn't in there often, but he does cut. I remember him cutting I believe the rope that was holding the barrels on, so he could cut loose the barrels so Jaws doesn't pull them under. And let's see. Next, we're going to get this harpoon gun. Got the point right there. Maybe that's why it's 14 years and over right here. But very good detail. Got brown and silver on it. Very, very good. I like it. Man, NECA goes all out on these figures. Next piece of accessory, another accessory cap we got to pop off, is going to be his rifle. Smile, you son of a... Which, of course, he does not do that. But Sheriff Brody does. So very good. It's got the strap right here. Nice bolt action. And that is it on this one other than the heads. We're going to save those heads for last. So we'll set him over here. We'll get our other accessory piece here. And let's see, this is tied in, or taped in, I should say. So you have to cut some tape to get the top off of it. There. All right. There we go. Set our knife out of the way. There you go. There's the top of that. That holds your accessories in, because these are loose in here. They're not sitting real good. So the first set we're going to look at is gripping hands. One's wide gripping. The right is wide, and the left is more going to be for the bat or the machete maybe. But this one's going to be the one you're going to hold your beer can with, I do believe. So, and they do not have gloves on them. The next set is going to be a right trigger finger and a left kind of holding probably the barrel, or it could hold the machete, maybe even the bat, but I believe it's going to be able to cup the barrel of your gun. And the next set of hands we're going to get, one's a bare hand gripping and a left gripping but with a glove on. So a lot of similar hands. These two are very, very similar. One's a little bit tighter grip. That is both the left hand there. All right, now we get arms, extra arms, no hands on them. So if you want to take his jacket off, this is going to allow you to do that. NECA's been doing this more and more with some of the figures, and I like it. It is just single hinge, single joint right there. But I think this is going to look great. Going to look great. That's it. That's our accessories other than his extra heads. And we'll get into those right now. So the head out in the package is just a standard kind of, I don't think he's pissed off look, but just a relaxed look. But here is the first head. Does not have a hat on. He's got a bandana around it. This is towards the end of the movie, I do believe, or the middle of the movie. And very good. He's got kind of probably a pissed off or a, he's looking at somebody and judging them, probably Hooper. But, yeah, a very, very good head sculpt. I like it. I like it a lot. The headband is not removable, but, I mean, that is beautiful. Beautiful head sculpt there. Next head sculpt, look at this. Here is our drunken Quint head sculpt. This is when they're down in the bottom of the boat, and they're drinking their beer and singing their songs and showing scars to each other. So there is that. And then that's it. That's it. That's our heads. So we will turn him over, and he has tons of ties. Tons of ties here. So I'll get him cut out. He's got around the chest, around the arms, around the ankles, around the feet. All right, there we go. Turn him over, and let's grab Quint by his toe, pull him up, and oh, I forgot a tie. Missed a tie. Uh-oh. I think I can get him from the front side. There we go. Back to this. Grab him by his toe, pull him up, and Quint has been resurrected. There he is. Empty coffin right there. Look at all these ties. Wow, let's get them out of the way and check this out. Oh man, this is unbelievable. Let's go through articulation. Head looks down pretty good. Looks up, an upward gaze a little bit. He's not going full up, but it does look up a little bit. It does go side to side, so a lot of good head movement there. It is removable, of course. Nice. I like the pop there. He does have those two extra heads. Shoulders will go all the way around. And these arms, let's see how easy they pop off. Oh, pretty good. So these arms are going to be removed. You'll be able to take that jacket off and pop those other arms off. Does have the single hinge right there in the shoulder. Single jointed elbows. Let's see. They do rotate, so you can throw the Nolan Ryan fastball. His wrists, they go down and up. Not a whole lot with that arm cuff right there. Let's see. Our hands, some hands are going to hinge this way, some are going to hinge that way, depending on what you're going to use them for. This one, the right hand is going to hinge this, so you can better adjust him with his rifle, and the left one is going to be this way, so you can hold that rifle there. So let's see. Ab crunch, it's hard saying if he has an ab crunch. I think I feel one in there. Does have a hula hoop waist. No drop down hips, but he gets decent splits for Quint. I didn't know Quint could do that kind of split there. And they do pivot. Nice ball joint there. He's got single jointed knees, and they will in and out, kind of swing in and out, left and right, whatever you want to say. And ankles, they do go in and out, and slight rocker. But them ankles feel really good, like they're nice and stiff. I like a stiff ankle because you don't want your figures falling down. All right, let's check out Quint. Here we go. His hat. His hat is brown leather, just like in the show, the movie, and it is not removable. So his hat is not removable, but I don't think you really need to. You don't need to remove this hat. Face sculpt is awesome. Man, he's got the chops here, got the mustache. Man, that looks a lot like him. Whew, very, very good. Very good. Coming down, he's got the green, kind of, I guess, an olive green jacket on. Got the blue long sleeve shirt underneath. Got the gray or black pants, and then he's got the soft shoes on that he wears in the movie. Like I mentioned, he's got a trigger finger on the right and a barrel holding finger on or hand on the left. Unbelievable looking figure right here. I mean, just unbelievable. Let's see. Let's try to get them other arms on, I guess. So we're just going to pop these jacket arms off, both of them. Now, I'm hoping that these don't wear out over time. And then our jacket's just going to pull right off. There you go. So we'll set that to the side. And then we're going to take our arms, pop them on, left arm, and right arm on there. Now we got to pick out what hands we want. Let's go with a trigger finger, a glove trigger finger for his right hand. And we'll go the cupping. Let's see. Yes, this is going to be our cupping hand, which is going to be his left hand. Because I want to try to see if I can get that rifle in his hand. There you go. Check him out, man. Whoa, he looks good. Maybe I like him better with the jacket on, but either way, man, this is awesome. Very awesome. All right, we got our rifle. Let's see. It's going to be a little difficult, I think, to get this in his hand. I think we're going to struggle getting this in his hand. I want to try to do that off camera for the glamour shots. We'll try the other one. And this one is going to be kind of tough also. I'm wondering if this... No, it's not. I was thinking maybe that strap would be removable to go on this one, but it is not. So those are going to be tough to get in his hand, but you're going to be able to do it. But I'll get them in the glamour shots, I think. So let's go ahead, get this right hand off. We're going to try his bare hand that's going to hold maybe the bat. You may want to heat these hands up. Not fitting in the hand really well. I may have the wrong hand here for the bat. Maybe this is more for the machete. Let's try it. There you go. Machete. Yeah, that is our machete hand right there. So we can cut that rope. Then we are going to try... Take that off of the jacket arm. So if you remember in the movie, Brody wants to call back to the marina and get some help out there, and Quint beats the shit out of the CB radio, so they can't call for help. He don't want no help out there, and it kind of they get stranded out there. So I remember that scene with the bat. Then he kind of just throws it down, and that might be it. He just beats the hell out of that CB radio. Next, we got beer can time. So, I can't wait to get Hooper. So, there's his can of beer right here in his hand. And then, you get the crushed can of beer, which was an awesome scene. Awesome scene. There's his crushed can of beer. That is awesome. Looks so daggone good. There's paint coming off this guy a lot right here. There's a pile of paint chips. So moving him around, you're going to get a little paint off. Hopefully it don't all come off. But I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's try his Now this is his working head right here, where he's out there really getting the job done and shooting his gun and got the bat and cuts the rope with a machete. So this is, I think, probably most of your Quint in the movie, and then of course down in the cabin of the boat, you get this head, and that's a beautiful face sculpt right there. I love it. I absolutely love it. Hooper and Quint comparing the scars, and I actually love the part where he pulls down and he looks at a gunshot. Sheriff Brody, I love that scene. But yeah, Jaws 50th anniversary again. Struggling slightly getting the guns in his hands. I think I'll be able to, but look, he's definitely not going to be able to look down. I don't think he's going to be able to hold it like that. The articulation's just not there. But very, very good figure. So happy that they made these. We just need a Sheriff Brody. Man, if we can get Roy Scheider's family to sign some kind of deal with NECA, oh, it's going to be awesome. I have heard some people, if you can't get Brody, don't make none of them. I'm not in that camp. I'll take Quint and Hooper all day long. But once again, fabulous, fabulous action figure right here. Well worth the money. I say pick this up in a hot second, man. Don't know if I'll get 2 of these. If it goes on a small discount, I may get a second one because there's so many ways you can pose this guy. But absolutely love it. But that's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you out there. And until next time, for NECA, Quint Jaws 50th anniversary. Oh, yeah.